Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22. It is time for the Misano World Circuit of Marco Simoncelli. It is time for the San Marino GP of Misano. So here we are in pole position here in Misano, waiting for the red lights to go out, and away we go. Do we get a good start? Once again, using power setting 1 to keep things interesting and closely contested as we go round the outside of Johan Zarco for the first corner and try and attack Pecco into the second corner, but just had to yield out of the position there because unfortunately I think we probably could have clattered into the side of Pecco. And yeah, but we do lunge up on the inside into turn 4 and we take over at the front. Heart rate monitor quite relaxed here in Misano. It's a track that I feel exceptionally confident in. Love the Misano circuit from MotoGP to Superbike. One of the favourite tracks, and just feeling confident here even with power setting 1. So I guess now we have the lead. It's time to break away from the world champion of MotoGP in real life, of course. I did notice that Aleix Espargaro went down, so no Aprilia presence in the top 8 as things stands as of yet. Marc Marquez on board the Repsol Honda, he's there in 8th, but the attention is fully on this RC213V, right, leading at the front of the race as we get caught on the rumble strip ever so slightly there for turn 11. Covone is a corner you don't want to be touching the apex of the rumble strip, so just be careful if you try and replicate what we're doing here today. So coming out of Caro, the 14th corner, we're back over to the left hand side of the tyre once more for turn 15, and we are hovering around a second ahead of Pecco. As I always say, you break the resolve of the rider behind when you do have the second advantage. I think the final sector is where Pecco was able to close in some time, but I believe the first couple of splits is where we will strike to take over and to increase the lead as of yet. Pecco lost around 0.2 of a second that first split, so keep an eye on that. The first split is actually about to come up, so we'll get a good indication of how much gate time we've gained on the Ducati behind. So across and into the left hand side, gap is around 1.2, 1.3, just dropping ever so slightly on the straight because of course we are only using power setting 1, so we're not exactly getting 100% out of the LCR Honda. So of course guys, if you are enjoying the content so far, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. It does go a long way to help the channel grow, and of course keeps you updated with any content that I do happen to upload. Tomorrow we do have the live stream, so make sure you're there at 8 PM GMT to witness round 6 of the DrAce British Superbike Championship in Alton Park. So now back over to the right once more for turn 12 and then into 13. 13 is one of the corners that I find I don't really get right often, but when you do get it right, you set yourself up nicely for 14, which allows you then to bring the bike in properly for the turn 15 and then set yourself up for the Misano corner right here in the Misano circuit, of course. So over to the left hand side, ride height device enabled. Keep that front wheel of the Honda down, and we haven't pulled away from Pecco. We are the fastest man on the circuit, but by how much? So 132.534 from us. Didn't see anything behind, so we'll keep an eye on the gap for now. Still hovering roughly between a 9/10 and a second as we go a little bit deep for Rio. Little bit deep for the 4th corner. Nothing to cause for concern, but it's something you have to pay attention to. Making mistakes like that. We also went wide into turn 13 just on the lap before. This brings Pecco back into it. It also brings Alex Rins, but looking at the graphic in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, look at that gap. Is that the gap from Bagnaia and Rins? That's a pretty large gap there to Quartararo, Mir, and then everyone else below. That's quite a large gap, so we'll keep an eye on that as this one goes, but we do go to the fastest part of Misano, back over to the right hand side for the Carbone corner for turn 11, launch it back over to turn 12, and then stay on the right hand side of the tyre as we drop down to second gear and keep over to the apex there and back over into 14 for the right hander. Very tight to the 14th corner here in Misano, but that gap has come down again. It's a half a second lead at this stage of Misano. Pecco Bagnaia on his home track in the back garden. It's going to be putting on some serious pressure now. We've seen a couple of races this season. There he is, the fastest man on circuit. A 1:32.067. He was 7/10 of a second faster than us right now. It's time to stop messing around. It's time to start fighting back. We can put in some seriously fast-paced lap times. A 1:31 with power setting 1 is certainly not out of the question. So I guess it's now time to put the money where the mouth is and to show what we can do. There's a reason why we are leading this MotoGP Championship, even as a rookie on a bike that is not the most friendly. I think out of all the bikes I've used in MotoGP, the Honda probably offers a more of a challenge. It can be a little bit challenging here and there, but majority of it I do very much enjoy using the LCR Honda. But into the half point of the lap now, getting a little bit more confident into Tramonto. I feel like I'm using the Superbike braking angle there and trying to incorporate too much rear brake. So I'll have to try and work on that as this race progresses. But over to the right hand side for Cavone, we are roughly neck and neck with our fastest lap from earlier on, which is not really going to cut it because Pecco, he's closing in. We can hear the Ducati Desmostadeci now, less than 0.2 of a second. We might even see Pecco Bagnaia. This will probably be one of the first time that we've actually had a battle here in Misano. Usually we just dominate the race, so this is a welcome change. It seems to be only us right now at the top of this field. Look at the gaps behind. That's how it usually is when we have power setting 3 enabled. But across the line, we did improve. Back over. In fact, actually, back to our identical times as the lap time on the second lap. A 1:32.534. Strange to get the same time twice, but that's absolutely cool. It's not often you see that. And I'm happy to see we did get the same time. So into turn 4 then. Got to sort things out a little bit now. We are on power setting 1, which adds to the pressure. Pecco lost a lot of time there into the first split. Something could have happened to the young man. Got to keep an eye on Pecco. I'm having a look at all of them at once here. The green on the right hand side indicates that we are improving the lap time. The left hand side, of course, is the gap, which is a live one right now between Pecco and ourselves. But we are 0.2 of a second quicker going into the second split. 0.5 of a second. Wow, we really got got a little bit misleading there, but we are improving quite a lot here. Heart rate monitor is increasing because this one is getting a bit more tense. Penultimate lap is approaching and fastly completing 5th lap here in Misano. We are on it. We will respond up by 0.3 going into turn 13 and then firm on the brakes for 14. We are getting away. But not by much. Pecco's still there. I think he's matching us. He's matching us over the first 3 sectors into the 4th sector now. Is Pecco still going to be close enough as we go into the Misano corner? The gap is down to 0.2 of a second. Across the line, we will improve. Oh, Pecco's got to be close now to the screen. We were temporarily the fastest man on the circuit, but Pecco has moved the needle once more, pushed the goalpost further. It's a 1:31.967 for the man on board the Ducati. Less than 0.3 separate us. Oh, this is what we want. Brilliant stuff. We've had some battles already with Pecco this season, and it looks like we're going to get another one. Can't wait to see how this championship progresses with these two. Ourselves and Pecco are doing everything. But don't forget, Pecco's still, what, 50, 49 points, 48 points behind? This could be a 5-point swing. Bear in mind, if we happen to finish in second, that'd be a 10-point swing in this championship. We've got to pay attention to this one. Got to make sure we do not let Pecco get through. Into the right-hand side for Tramonto. A very defensive line there, but the gap has breached 0.7 of a second. We're going to have to put in another low 1:32 or a high 1:31 to keep the Italian at bay. He's here at home. He's got the fans cheering him on. He would have had some home cooking as well, so he's ready for this one. About to do battle in the Marco Simoncelli circuit of Misano on this penultimate lap. 0.3 of a second separate your two championship protagonists. Who is going to end up on top? This could very well paint the picture of what we're about to see for the rest of the championship here. So into Misano, 0.2 of a split, 1/10. Is it going to go less than a 10th? There he is! We see the Monster Energy sign for the man on the Ducati. Pecco is pushing. Quartararo's pushing the fastest man on the circuit, 1:31.9 for the Frenchman and former MotoGP world champion. But we are under serious pressure, getting too tight to the apex for the Variante del Parco, as we will go into Rio confident, but also nervous because Pecco is right there. I don't know where Alex Rins is anymore. I think it's just down to these two, us two. This scrap for the final lap here in Misano. Who wants the win? Who is going to take home the honours of being the Misano winner? We gained a lot of time there, Pecco, just on the brakes. 7/10, 6/10. It's very misleading, the circuit with the AI. You seem to lose a lot of time in a couple of points. Into Quercia we were a moment ago. That's where Pecco lost a lot of time. But getting it right into Tremonto there was critical. Fastest corner here. Got to get it right. Bring on the power. Power setting 1 to the maximum. Still pushing as much as we can with the eco-saving mode. As we'll go over to the right for the final time into turn 12. And then for the final time of asking into 13. And then into Caro. This is an overtaking opportunity gone. As we still hold on to the lead. It's been a 6 laps of pressure, this. Is it going to reach its boiling point? Red Bull Ring was a disaster. I don't think we can say the same here for Misano. I think we've got the job done. Ride-out device enabled. It could be close going across the line, but the power of the Honda gets us across the line and we win here in Misano. So a tightly contested Misano for the first time in a long time with MotoGP 22. We did finish just 87,000 of a second ahead of the Italian Pecco Bagnaia. 1.6 seconds behind, Alex Rins finishes in 3rd place. A look at the championship standings. As mentioned earlier, those 5 points in our favour now puts us up to 51 points clear from the Italian. 83 points we are now clear of Fabio Quartararo. A look at the team championship now as Ducati Lenovo team after a strong second and not sure where Miller finished. Still 49 points clear from LZR Honda and 67 clear from the Suzuki team. And that is Ducati leading the way, still 55 points clear from Honda and Suzuki just in 3rd with 114 points behind. A massive gap. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. If you really enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and consider becoming a member to the DrAce pit crew. Thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.